when it comes to functionality, it is this fine line, right? When we design something in industrial design, there's a saying which is called form follows function. So this means that the form of an object explains it by itself the function of it. So if we see a drill, it is easily understandable for us that we take the drill in our hand and hold it like this and drill, basically generate this kinetic energy to drill a hole, right? But it's also about this hierarchy of things, to give a hierarchy to the viewer. So the viewer understands, okay, what is this about? But now we design a costume. So a costume is a bit more tricky because there's more stuff happening, right? So back to the archetypes, what is the character? Is it a super tanky person who needs to absorb damage? Like, is that the purpose? So person here, and he has this armor on, so no one can basically hurt him, and he could stand there and he could have a giant shield, and he's basically this tank, right? So we need to keep this in mind when we do this. Now it's a captain. Now it's a captain's pirate. So we want to tell the story, but we also need to give the understandable, okay, what is he actually doing? First thing you did already good is this stuff here with the antennas. The only thing we need to keep in mind that we don't just put spikes everywhere, because it is sometimes easy to put spikes everywhere because it makes it easily cool looking, and it's a simple solution. If it's necessary for the design, okay, it's fine, but we try not to overdo it. And also one more thing, what I wanted to say, what you are doing good, what I like is actually these antennas. Gives this insect-inspired design. And this is what you had in mind, right? So if you want to go for something which has this insect vibe, then you can really take your reference more closer and look also on certain patterns bugs or these insects have. If it's just a color pattern, or if it's a general, like a graphical pattern on the shell, or if it's the shell itself. If you would do shoulder pads and then you give them these more interesting shapes where they have these little bumps on it, right? But there's one layer to that, because for some insects, the shell has a certain function. There is, for example, this desert beetle who has actually these knobs on its shell. And the purpose of these knobs is that sometimes the beetle is basically, there's no water in the desert. So what is happening is when there comes the wind, where a lot of water is in the wind, basically, he puts himself vertical and he lifts himself up. And because of all the bumps, he basically can catch the water in the air to get the water he needs. Okay, so there's always a purpose in the general nature of things. Okay, does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, completely. Okay, so this stuff can also help you. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. If you also want to get mentored by me, make sure to check out my website, janusz-art.zone, and apply for the mentorship. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao, ciao.